Next update we have about Ioannou. She was on Giudice's podcast talking about her former stepfather, Tommy Manzo. This sounds like it gets into some heavy family history.
It really does. Lexi opened up about her relationship with Tommy Manzo, described it as uncomfortable, talked about feeling fear, manipulation, stuff that's clearly affected her for a long time.
And a big part of it revolved around personal belongings, heirlooms.
Yeah, that was a major point. Lexi claimed Tommy held onto her childhood heirlooms for like 10 years, and she felt he was using them almost like collateral. She described it as stemming from what she called a weird obsession he had with her.
That sounds incredibly difficult, especially for a child.
She mentioned his behavior being very affectionate in a way that made her uncomfortable, partly because her own parents weren't like that, and she felt pressured, told to show him affection out of respect. Creates a really confusing situation. Lexi talked about feeling failed by family members, specifically mentioning Lauren Manzo, about getting these items back from a garage sale.
What was Lexi's side of the garage sale story?
She said she told Lauren she needed to go herself, after friends were maybe suggested first. She described seeing really irreplaceable things there, like her grandmother's dollhouse.
Oh, wow.
And feeling like the people there were sort of protecting Tommy, protecting the items, and wouldn't help her get her stuff back, like they were refusing her requests.
But Lauren Manzo pushed back on that account.
She did, yeah, on TikTok. Lauren said she didn't have access to the house, doesn't have a relationship with Tommy, wasn't allowed there. She claimed she did go to the sale herself, but got kicked out because it was private property.
Okay.
She said she couldn't exactly break in, that she tried everything she could, and that she has text messages to prove she wasn't ignoring Lexi. So definitely two different views on what happened and what efforts were made.
And Lexi shared something intense about a phone call from him right before he went to prison.
Yeah, that was quite a story. She said Tommy called her the week before he was due to report. She didn't answer. Said she just froze in fear, partly because there was an FBI restraining order. She thinks he was calling about the items, the heirlooms. But now, looking back, she feels so angry she didn't pick up. Wishes she had.
That's complicated.
Very. She also talked about feeling manipulated by him after her mother's divorce, like he was trying to keep a relationship with her. Said she lived in fear for so long, worry about upsetting family or provoking him if she spoke out.
Did she find any sense of closure?
Some, it sounds like. She mentioned watching his trial gave her closure. Seeing him in the courtroom, she said, made her realize she didn't need to fear him anymore. Maybe he should fear her. But she also admitted, confronting all this, talking about it, still feels uncomfortable.
And she felt let down by her family through it all.
That came across strongly. Feeling abandoned, like nobody offered comfort even though they knew what was going on. She felt kind of caught in the middle, dealing with the fallout from Tommy on her own for years. Just sounds really isolating.